So my day started off pretty fucking interesting, right? So I leave, and I'm actually still in a good mood. I'm fine. I got a little heated, I'll admit that, but I'm cool though. I'm cool and calm, just like I always am. So I leave, and the parking is really fucking shit around this area. You have to pay everywhere you go. I mean, everywhere. But during a certain amount of time, it's free, right? But during the day, it's not. So I know I got to go put some change in the car, so I'm leaving. So I go to leave, and this has happened before. I went to leave to go get some damn change, and I came back and had a stupid fucking ticket on my fucking car. So I came back, go to the car, and I'm like, shit, I gotta fucking hurry up before the ticket lady gets there. You know, I understand they have a job to do. I get it. But she's sitting there, she's with her little machine, right? And I go casually go up to talk to her. I say, hello, I'm moving the car right now. Um, Everything's fine, I'm moving the car. You ain't gotta fucking do that. It's good. she said, she just looked at me, she said, but you know you have to pay for parking, right? I was like, I know that. I just said that. I know this. She said, well, where were you? I said, well, I went to go get some change. I was fucking lying, though, because I'm just trying to fucking get to work, you know? Fuck. I ain't got time for this shit. So I was trying to be slick because her back was turned, right? So I went and I put my bag in the car. But she sat there and she was just looking at me. And so someone told me just to go ahead and fucking just pay the parking thing, because I don't want to fucking have to pay that shit. Just to put one coin in there is like way cheaper. So I was like, fuck it. So I went, put the coin in the thing, and I was pressing it, and I'm like, fuck, nothing's happening. The ticket's not coming out because I put €1 in there. And I looked at the fucking, there was this guy, he was sitting there, and he's like, yeah, bro. He was like, you know, and he started telling me, yeah. He was telling me something about his story with this something like that happening. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? The ticket ain't coming out. Like, the fuck? I was like, shit. I just told this bitch I fucking got change. Went to go get change. I can't find no damn change. I know I just put a coin in here. And I had fucking took the coin out of the little thing that, you know, when you put the coin in and you get the coins back. I took that thing out of there and I put it back in, and then the fucking ticket came out. But she sat there and she was watching me the whole time. She didn't leave. She sat there and just watching me with the fucking little machine thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? She's really that serious about this shit. I told the guy, I said, man, look at this fucking loser over here, man. She ain't got nothing better to do. I mean, damn, man. So I had the ticket and I said, hello. I know everybody on the street heard me. I don't give a shit. I said, hello. You happy now? I got the freaking ticket. And she's just looking. I open the fucking door. I fucking close the shit, and then she's like, walks off. She walks off. And I get in the car and I just calmly fucking look both ways to go leave. And the guy that was sitting there, he was kind of like looking for me for the cars to come. He's like, you good, bro? I was like, all right, cool, thanks, man. Drive off. Anyway, that's how my day started off. But I was sitting here, man. I was sitting here and I was thinking about David Vincent. David Vincent is he's a big time death metal guy, singer. He sings for Morbid Angel. Morbid Angel is my favorite band. I love their sound. Morbid Angel is fucking awesome. A lot of times when I'm drawing, I listen to Morbid Angel. Ageless Still I Am is my favorite song ever. David Vincent doesn't sing on that song because they had two vocalists, but Morbid Angel, David Vincent, he was one of the creators of Morbid Angel, and there would be no Morbid Angel without David Vincent. And I got to meet David Vincent a few years ago when I was in Texas. I went to Austin one day for a concert. I went to go see Belfagor live. And it was a really cool venue. It was cool. I never seen anything like it. Everything was like made out of wood. I guess like the acoustics I think they made that place like that, something to do with the sound, because the sound sounded like really, really different in that place. And I remember, man, I was watching David Vincent interviews like every fucking day for like 3 weeks. This is that synchronicity shit. Now I'll possibly make a separate video about what I've been experiencing for the past year. It's insane. It's like I live in the Twilight Zone, but in a good way though. There's no coincidences in the universe. There is none, especially with what I'm experiencing. I've actually written a book. I've filled this whole fucking book up. I'm actually writing my second book, detailing all the crazy synchronicities that I experience each day. But during this time, I didn't know that it was a synchronicity. I was just like, this is insane. How the fuck am I meeting David Vincent right now? And I was watching his interviews every fucking day because he was so interesting. Just the way he talked, his presence, he has a really deep voice. And he's just a cool ass person. And I went to this concert, and I was sitting at the bar. And I was having a few beers, and I saw this big ass guy, man, tall and huge, with this cowboy hat on. It's unmistakable, and he always wears a cowboy. He was wearing a cowboy hat a lot in his interviews that I was watching, because he's that's just part of his style. So he walks down, right, and he walks past me, and ain't no shame in my game, you know what I'm saying? So I say, hey, yo, hey, man, do I know you from somewhere? And he turns around real slow, and he's like, I don't believe so. And I'm like, man, I know you from somewhere though, man. Are you David Vincent from Morbid Angel? And he's like, yeah, the one and only. And I'm like, oh man, so fucking nice to meet you, man. I never thought I would meet you. Man, Morbid Angel was like my favorite fucking group. I've been listening to y'all songs for fucking years, man. Just because of y'all, like I draw my pictures the way I do, you know? I fucking love y'all's music and y'all's lyrics and stuff. Like, it's fucking great, man. And he started telling me about like just different things and stuff. And he's like, you know what? Hey, you want to come have a few beers with me and my wife? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And so we go over, and we're drinking and talking and stuff. And what happened? Shit. I asked him if I could get a picture with him. And he was like, yeah, that's okay. So I got a picture with him. It's all the way at the bottom of my fucking Instagram thing. And during that time, that was during that time period where I was like, you want to see my kids? And I was like, hey man, look at this. And he was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, you dressed her up like that. Oh, that's pretty cool. And his wife was like, oh. And she was like, why did you do that? And I start telling them kind of a little backstory about why I did it. Because a long time ago, I was like really lonely and shit. So I created the little dog kids kind of like as my little imaginary friends. It was like a way for me to just keep my mind good. Very unconventional way of doing that. And then it turned into whatever it is now, right? It started off as one thing, but then it turned into whatever. But during that time, it was like, yeah, I was like explaining it to him. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, we understand. We understand where you're coming from. And his wife, she was like, yeah, we understand, honey. They put their hands on my shoulder. They was like, yeah, we get it. We totally get it. I didn't have to explain everything. They just put their hands on my shoulder and say, we got it. We understand. I said, David, why are you here? Why are you here at this concert? Because I know you're not in Morbid Angel anymore, and I know you're not on tour right now, right? And he's like, no, we're here to support someone. I said, well, what exactly do you mean? And the thing about Morbid Angel, right? Like, they're death metal. Like, they talk about like Satan's fire and fucking like this demonic shit and all this stuff, man. But if you really look at their lyrics, they're talking about power. They're talking about personal power and being strong, man. and persevering and stuff like this. But the way that they convey their message is very forceful though. But that speaks to me though, the way that it is delivered, right? And I said, well, who are you here to support? And he's like, well, there's this young man here. He's 14 and he only has a year to live. And one of his last wishes, because we were contacted by his parents, one of his last wishes was to hang out with me at a death metal concert before he died. And then put things into perspective for me. I'm like, here this guy is. He's a death metal guy, right? Sings about all this satanic ass shit, right? But he's here to support somebody that is gonna pass away soon. They said that the guy he was gonna die within a year because he had some type of incurable something, and his sister had the same thing, and the parents were already accepting of this thing that was going to happen, that they were going to lose both of their kids in a year. And David took the time out of his schedule to go down there and support that guy, that kid. And I was like, wow, man. And he took his time out to talk to me. You know, he didn't just be like, oh, get the fuck away from me. He didn't do none of that shit. He actually talked to me. He wanted to listen to what I had to say and stuff. And that meeting always stuck with me, man. And I recently found out that he has a book on the Kindle thing, and I bought it because I'm always reading different stuff. Like, I'm kind of reading a few different books right now. One of them is the autobiography of Joseph Bonanno, the crime boss dude. And I'm also reading David Vincent's autobiography because I wanted to know more about the guy. I want to know, you know, what's his creative process and stuff like this. Why does he make the lyrics that he does? Why does he have his perspective? And now things are starting to make sense. And I find out that me and David Vincent have a lot in common as far as, like, you know, just things. And it's cool. It's interesting. Yeah. This is another little random fucking video. But like I said, I like to revisit my videos myself also. You know, it's nice to do that.